It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Saturday, the 16th of December. I'm Michael Groff. Turning cooler and unsettled this weekend with the potential of some light rain around here. Pretty seasonably pleasant week ahead, but then more question marks as we head toward the end of the week and into next weekend. Another cool down looks likely, but what about the chance of another round of rain coming through here? And of course, that Christmas forecast everyone wants to know about. So, a lot going on. Let's dive in and discuss. 72 degrees, the high in the valley yesterday after a morning low of 50. We're 2.78 inches behind where we should be on our rainfall for the year now. And I doubt we're going to make it all up before the end of the year, but we'll try to take a chunk out of that deficit. And right now, here at 7:05 a.m., we are under mostly cloudy skies, starting the day out at 52 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 21, humidity 30%. The winds are light and the barometer 29.81 inches and falling. Temperatures out there across south central Arizona this morning, 34, the cool spot at Fort McDowell, 37 at Maricopa, low 40s to low 50s for most of the rest of us. The water vapor satellite view shows that trough approaching our area. That will be the big weather maker this weekend. Some moisture beginning to stream northward across the area, and clouds are on the increase. The watch warning maps some wind advisories, fire danger concerns, the red flag warning still going across parts of California. And we have scattered wind advisories and winter weather advisories through the west with that trough. Much of the rest of the nation is quiet. No severe weather expected across the nation today, but some thunderstorms possible in parts of southern and eastern Texas and Louisiana. And rainfall around here for the next 7 days coming from the WPC. This is valid through next Saturday morning, showing anywhere from about a trace to a tenth of an inch here in the valley. Higher amounts across southeast Arizona, they could see between a half to 2/3 of an inch of rain. And of course, some high elevation snows. So we'll talk about that as we get out to the models right now and take a peek. Here's the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 18,000 feet. Here comes that trough that'll be the weather maker here, somewhere around or just off the Southern California coast. We should see a low closing off this afternoon. Now, despite the fact that we're pretty much right in this scenario right now, the models are still having a hard time evolving this system, and exactly how things play out is still a little bit up in the air. But for today, down at the surface, we think clouds will be on the increase. And maybe an isolated sprinkle or light shower starts to develop across the state. But for the most part, we'll just say mostly cloudy here in the valley. Highs this afternoon, upper 60s to about 70 or so. Tonight, mostly cloudy in the evening, cloudy overnight. And with the rapid cooling that's expected to take place with this approaching trough, despite the fact that there's not a whole lot of moisture associated with it, there's good dynamics. So the rapid cooling, we should get some good lift. So at least some pockets of very light rain, some showers, some sprinkles going on off and on through the night. We'll say a 30% chance of rain overnight here in the valley, with lows mostly in the upper 40s to low 50s. Here's the high-res NAM tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And it's not being very bullish at all. The NAM has been pretty dry, actually showing just some widely scattered showers across maybe far eastern Maricopa, northern Pinal, and Gila counties, and then more action a little bit further to the south and east. And even at that, it's not showing very heavy rain at all. But the GFS shows a bit more generous coverage of precipitation. We'll say a 40% chance of showers for tomorrow, but there's still a lot more questions than answers with this system. And it's not going to be a situation, regardless, where it rains all day. This is just going to be hit or miss, off and on type showers, mostly cloudy skies. It will definitely be cooler tomorrow, with highs struggling to make the 60-degree mark. Monday, that system's out of here. We turn mostly sunny with highs in the mid-60s. Should be in the upper 60s to about 70 on Tuesday and Wednesday. But here comes another trough passing to the north of Arizona, and the GFS and many of the global models do agree that some energy is going to close off into some type of closed low. Where exactly that goes, again, that's very much up in the air. The models are struggling with this pattern right now. So Thursday looks mostly sunny. And again, we'll have highs upper 60s to about 70, but we're going to cool it off on Friday with that closed low now over the southwestern United States or northwest Mexico. And it could turn unsettled as well. And the GFS and the global models are kind of doing the hokey pokey on this thing. You see, one day we have rain in here, another day we don't. Looks like rain is back on the table for Friday, at least according to the GFS, showing scattered showers and some snow coming down across northern and eastern Arizona over the White Mountains and up along the rim. Highs on Friday would likely again be in the low 60s. And then Saturday, a week from today. This is the 23rd. That low continues to sit over the southwest states. Pretty cold system. So good snows and rains going on across much of the state. And again, not a heavy rain event necessarily, but certainly looks to be more widespread than the current event that we have going on this weekend. And that's if this pans out. Keep in mind, this is going to change. We're going to see some runs that are dry, some runs that are wet, some that are colder than others. So we'll see how this plays out. And then here is Christmas Eve. And this looks a bit more unsettled as well. Cool day, highs likely in the upper 50s to low 60s if this pans out. And then here is the end of the 10-day forecast period, Christmas Day. And it looks like a cool day with highs in the low 60s for us, and the sky would be partly cloudy. Doesn't look like we're going to see any rain on Christmas Day right now, but again, you know what I'm going to tell you. You have to keep watching these things because this pattern looks a little bit chaotic, and so just about anything is possible. Keep that in mind as we look at the GFS ensemble. This is the QPF output for the next 16 days, and there's 21 members here. 18 of the 21 members have rain coming down for us between now and Christmas. So it looks pretty likely that we're going to get something over the next 10 days. Many of the members have rain as early as tonight and tomorrow with that approaching system. Some of them also advertise more rain late next week. You see some of these models are way off in the weeds in terms of their precipitation output showing 2 and 3 inches plus worth of rain. That's probably not going to happen, but best case scenario, maybe we get a half inch, maybe you get a little bit more than that. We'll take whatever we can get. And I'm going to show you this next graphic because it was requested by a viewer. They wanted to see this after our talk yesterday. This is the GFS snowfall output for Phoenix. And there's 3 members that are actually showing a little bit of snow, maybe a trace or maybe a 1/10 of an inch of snow sometime right around Christmas. Wishful thinking at best, models that are not properly calibrated, I don't know, but there are 3 models that are showing the possibility of some snow here in the valley. I'm not forecasting that. Nobody is forecasting that. Nobody is saying that. Please don't post this on social media and say, Mike said there's going to be snow. That's not the case. All right, let's check the temperatures through the period coming off of the European ensemble. Certainly, we'll cool it down this weekend and next weekend as well. Highs probably getting down in the 50s, lows in the 40s, and maybe even touching the 30s, especially in some of the cooler pockets around the valley. As we turn cooler, finally, it's going to start to feel a little bit like winter around here, and that's kind of the really important thing. And that's going to wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is going to come back here tomorrow morning, and if you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Yeah, we're hoping for snow, but come on, man. It's Phoenix. All right, you guys have yourselves a great Saturday.